Hello, my name is Ethan Aldridge. I'm a children's book author and illustrator living in Brooklyn, New York. Earlier today, my husband and I were walking through Prospect Park. I was really struck by the scenery, the way the stark black bark of the trees stood out against the gray and wet winter sky and the snowy ground below. I knew I wanted to capture the impression of the scene, so when we got back home, I pulled out my sketchbook and started to work. The first thing I did was use masking fluid for parts of the snow I want to draw on the trees. This is basically a thin, erasable mask that I can take off at the end of the drawing. Lately, there have also been some spectacular sunsets here in Brooklyn, so even though today was pretty cold and gray and slushy, I wanted to capture the impression of those recent sunsets as well and add them to this memory. I then start with a thin, translucent wash of watercolor. I try to make sure there's more water than pigment in my brush, and that the paper stays wet. This way I can add stronger pigments as I go so that the colors run together, creating a nice, natural gradient. As I paint, I think of the sunsets I've enjoyed recently and the ones I've admired in the past. I'm less concerned with what this scene actually looks like, and more concerned with capturing what it feels like to be there. For me, this is what a sketchbook is best for: capturing ideas and impressions, fleeting moments that I can store up in an internal visual library and use later in my other creative projects. Once the color wash of the sky is complete, I let the paint dry, adding little bits of color here and there to make sure that there's a good contrast. I like watching back this time lapse. There's something very soothing to me about watching the watercolor dry on the paper. To draw the trees, I'll be using this Kuretake fountain brush pen that I got during a recent trip to Japan. Its flowing, thin to thick lines are perfect for the lyrical, calligraphic shapes that the trees made against the sky. Trees are one of my favorite things to draw, with their endless variety of shapes and sizes. I have a good internal database of them by now, and so I let those memories and instincts guide me while I draw. This kind of inking is particularly meditative and soothing to me, and I hope you think so too. So I'm going to be quiet for a little bit and let you enjoy the drawing. I decide I want to include a figure in the painting. This will provide a sense of place and scale, and it will also provide the viewer with an avatar to enter the scene themselves. I try to keep the character vague, simplifying it down to basic shapes, both to match the simplicity of the painting around it and to allow the viewer to more easily imagine themselves into the character. Finally, I take a soft kneaded eraser and take away the masking fluid, revealing the crisp white snow beneath. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more art and process videos like this, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.